The interview of Augustus and Cleopatra. Augustus entered the room with a stern expression. He was the emperor of Rome, the victor of the civil war, the master of the world. He had come to Alexandria to claim his final prize, the Queen of Egypt, Cleopatra, the last of the Ptolemies, the lover of Caesar and Antony, the enemy of Rome. He had expected to find her in chains, or in a coffin, or in a pyre. He had heard rumors that she had killed herself, or that she had tried to kill herself, or that she had planned to kill herself. He had hoped that she would be alive, so that he could parade her in his triumph, or execute her in his forum, or exile her in his provinces. He had not expected to find her in a chamber, decorated in classical and Egyptian styles, reclining on a pallet bed, dressed in royal robes, adorned with jewels, surrounded by attendants, and pointing to a statue of Caesar. He sat on a chair, on the left side of the room, his left hand raised in a gesture of refutation. He looked at her with contempt and curiosity. He said, "Cleopatra, Cleopatra, what have you done? You have betrayed your country, your people, your gods. You have allied yourself with traitors, rebels, usurpers. You have waged war against Rome, against me, against the world. You have caused the death of thousands, of millions, of your own children. You have lost everything, everything. And yet, you dare to justify yourself, to defend yourself, to plead for yourself. How do you do it? How do you do it?" Cleopatra looked at him with defiance and dignity. She was the Queen of Egypt, the descendant of the pharaohs, the goddess of the Nile. She had come to Alexandria to save her kingdom, her legacy, her life. She had loved Caesar, and Antony, and Egypt. She had fought for them, and with them, and against them. She had won and lost and won, and lost again. She had nothing left, nothing left. And yet, she dared to speak, to argue, to negotiate. She did it because she had to, because she wanted to, because she could. She said, "Augustus, Augustus, what do you want? You have conquered your enemies, your rivals, your friends. You have united Rome, Italy, the world. You have brought peace, order, justice. You have gained everything, everything. And yet, you are not satisfied, you are not content, you are not happy. Why do you do it? Why do you do it?" Augustus frowned and said, "I do it for Rome, for the Republic, for the Empire. I do it for the glory of the gods, the honor of the ancestors, the welfare of the people. I do it for the sake of history, of destiny, of duty. I do it because I have to, because I want to, because I can. And you, Cleopatra, what do you do it for? For Egypt, for the Ptolemies, for yourself? For the love of Caesar, of Antony, of power? For the sake of vanity, of pride, of folly? You do it because you have to, because you want to, because you can. But you cannot, you cannot. You have failed, you have failed." Cleopatra smiled and said, "I have not failed, I have not failed. I have succeeded, I have succeeded. I have loved and been loved, I have ruled and been ruled, I have lived and will live. I have made history, I have changed history, I have become history. I have done what no one else has done, what no one else will do, what no one else can do. And you, Augustus, what have you done? What have you done?" Augustus was silent for a moment. He looked at her, and then at the statue of Caesar. He remembered his uncle, his adoptive father, his benefactor. He remembered how he had loved him, and hated him, and avenged him. He remembered how he had followed him, and opposed him, and surpassed him. He remembered how he had inherited his name, his power, his legacy. He remembered how he had honored him, and feared him, and envied him. He said, "I have done what Caesar did, what Caesar wanted, what Caesar would have done. I have continued his work, his vision, his dream. I have fulfilled his will, his plan, his prophecy. I have done what he did, and more, and better. I have done what he did." Cleopatra laughed and said, "You have not done what he did, you have not done what he did. You have undone what he did, you have destroyed what he did, you have betrayed what he did. You have ended his work, his vision, his dream. You have defied his will, his plan, his prophecy. You have done what he did not, and less, and worse. You have done what he did not." Augustus was angry and said, "How dare you, how dare you? You who knew him, you who loved him, you who killed him. You who seduced him, you who used him, you who betrayed him. You who shared his bed, his throne, his fate. You who bore his son, his heir, his enemy. You who claim his name, his power, his legacy. How dare you, how dare you? Cleopatra was calm and said, I dare, I dare. I who knew him, I who loved him, I who mourned him. I who respected him, I who supported him, I who honored him. I who shared his life, his ambition, his glory. I who bore his child, his hope, his memory. I who claim his love, his trust, his blessing. I dare, I dare. Augustus was speechless. He looked at her, and then at the medallion of Cleopatra, shown with Antony in Ptolemaic royal style, partially exposed by the drape behind her. He realized that she was not only the lover of Caesar, but also the lover of Antony. He realized that she had not only fought against him, but also against his former friend and ally. He realized that she had not only caused the death of his enemies, but also of his friends. He realized that she was not only his prisoner, but also his rival. He said, You are mad, you are mad. You have loved 2 men, 2 enemies, 2 Romans. You have fought 2 wars, 2 causes, 2 worlds. You have caused 2 deaths, 2 suicides, 2 tragedies. You have lost 2 kingdoms, 2 crowns, 2 lives. You are mad, you are mad. Cleopatra was sad and said, I am not mad, I am not mad. I have loved 2 men, 2 heroes, 2 gods. I have fought 2 wars, 2 rights, 2 fates. I have caused 2 deaths, 2 sacrifices, 2 legends. I have lost 2 kingdoms, 2 crowns, 2 loves. I am not mad, I am not mad. Augustus was puzzled. He looked at her, and then at the table with an ornate box and a classical statue. He wondered what was in the box, and what was the statue. He wondered what she was hiding, and what she was planning. He wondered what she wanted, and what she feared. He wondered what she would do, and what he would do. He said, What do you want? What do you want? You who have nothing, you who have lost everything, you who have no future. You who have no hope, no choice, no escape. You who have no friends, no allies, no mercy. You who have no power, no dignity, no honor. What do you want? What do you want? Cleopatra was silent for a moment. She looked at him, and then at the door. She saw her steward, Seleucus, emerge from the background with an inventory of her possessions. She had been trying to conceal them from Augustus, but her ploys floundered. She knew that he would take them, and more, and everything. She knew that he would humiliate her, and parade her, and kill her. She knew that he would erase her, and forget her, and replace her. She said, I want nothing, I want nothing. I who have everything, I who have gained everything, I who have a past. I who have a memory, a legacy, a name. I who have a soul, a heart, a will. I who have a secret, a plan, a weapon. I want nothing, I want nothing. Augustus was curious. He looked at her, and then at the box. He asked, What is in the box? What is in the box? Is it a treasure, a gift, a surprise? Is it a weapon, a poison, a trap? Is it a symbol, a message, a clue? Is it a secret, a plan, a weapon? What is in the box? What is in the box? Cleopatra was mysterious. She looked at him, and then at the box. She smiled and said, You will see, you will see. It is a treasure, a gift, a surprise. It is a weapon, a poison, a trap. It is a symbol, a message, a clue. It is a secret, a plan, a weapon. You will see, you will see. She opened the box and took out a small object. It was a snake, a venomous snake, an asp. She held it in her hand and brought it to her chest. She said, This is my treasure, my gift, my surprise. This is my weapon, my poison, my trap. This is my symbol, my message, my clue. This is my secret, my plan, my weapon. This is my choice, my freedom, my death. This is my love, my trust, my blessing. This is for me, for Caesar, for Antony. This is for you, for Rome, for the world. This is for history, for destiny, for eternity. This is my answer, my answer. She pressed the snake to her breast and felt its fangs pierce her skin. She felt a sharp pain, followed by a numbness, followed by a warmth, followed by a coldness, followed by a nothingness. She closed her eyes and smiled. She said, "Goodbye, goodbye." Augustus watched in horror and disbelief. He saw her open the box and take out the snake. He saw her hold it in her hand and bring it to her chest. He saw her press it to her breast and feel its bite. He saw her close her eyes and smile. He saw her say goodbye and die. He could not move, he could not speak, he could not think. He could only watch, he could only watch. He watched as she fell back on the pallet bed, lifeless and still. He watched as the snake slithered away, hidden and free. He watched as her attendants rushed to her side, crying and wailing. He watched as her steward dropped the inventory, trembling and fleeing. He watched as the room became silent, empty and dark. He watched as she became history, legend and myth. He watched, he watched. He watched and he wondered. He wondered what she had done, and why she had done it. He wondered what he had done, and why he had done it. He wondered what they had done, and why they had done it. He wondered what it all meant, and what it all mattered. He wondered, he wondered. He wondered and he realized. He realized that she had loved, and he had not. He realized that she had lived, and he had not. He realized that she had died, and he had not. He realized that she had won, and he had lost. He realized, he realized. He realized and he felt. He felt a pang of regret, a twinge of pity, a flash of admiration. He felt a surge of anger, a burst of envy, a touch of fear. He felt a trace of sadness, a hint of curiosity, a glimpse of respect. He felt, he felt. He felt and he said. He said, "Cleopatra, Cleopatra, what have you done? You have done what no one else has done, what no one else will do, what no one else can do. You have done what I did not, and less, and worse. You have done what I did not. You have done what he did, what he wanted, what he would have done. You have done what he did, and more, and better. You have done what he did. You have done what you did, what you wanted, what you would have done. You have done what you did, and nothing, and everything. You have done what you did. You have done, you have done." He said, "Cleopatra, Cleopatra, what have you done?" He said, "Cleopatra, Cleopatra, what have you done?" And he got no answer, he got no answer.